Hey everybody, I am on here to do a little example of how to reverse outline. So we'll look at a piece, and I know you guys have done this a lot in your exercises from the textbook, but we're going to reverse outline an essay together, and so I thought I would do this to kind of show you how to go backwards. So this essay it says aerial spraying of insecticide for Zika. So let's just go ahead and read this introduction and see if we can pull out the thesis, the topic, the assertion, and those three reasons. So aerial spraying of insecticide for Zika is a rather large problem that is not discussed and is often swept under the rug. But this needs to be addressed before the consequences are irreversible. There are numerous problems with aerial spraying of insecticides. A large problem with aerial spraying is that chemicals in the insecticides they spray can be harmful to humans, often causing dizziness and nausea. Another problem with spraying is danger to bees and their population. Bees are a huge supporter to pollination. To the mass amounts of dead bees can cause a huge impact on nature. We should not conduct aerial spraying of insecticide for Zika. All right, so right off the bat, I see the thesis. I'm going to highlight it. And then I can also see this student has two big reasons, right? Can be harmful to humans. So let's make that red, right? And then let's make the other one, the spraying is a dangerous to bees and their population. So let's make that blue. So essentially, while they kind of have spaced out their thesis, we can put it into our outline. So let's go here. So the topic is aerial spraying of insecticide, right? And then the assertion on the topic, their stance is that it should not be sprayed, right? That insecticide. And then their reasons are harmful to people and harmful, they said the key word they said is dangerous to bees. So I told you guys before that it is okay to have 4 paragraphs, right? Just 2 reasons. And so we can see that this student did just that, right? They only had 2 supporting reasons, and that's totally okay. All right. So we can see their thesis. We can put it together for them, but essentially for a basic thesis, what they're arguing is we should not aerial spray. We should not have aerial spraying of insecticide for Zika because it is harmful to people and dangerous to bees. Okay? And we can essentially, look at this, how easy this is. We can copy and paste right into the outline. Okay, so, oops, if I can copy and paste. There we go. All right, let's take a look at these body paragraphs and make sure that they follow along with what they say they're going to do. And then let's look for the supporting details. Firstly, humans are affected more often than they think when they are in the area that has been aerial spraying of insecticides. And so they have some information from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Nailed and other organophosphates, nailed and other organophosphates can overstimulate the nervous system, causing nausea, dizziness, and confusion. What a great detail. Now you can obviously tell the student did a little bit of research because they went to the Center for Disease Control, but what a great detail. So I'm going to copy and paste this right into my outline, right? See how that evidence supports this point, right? And I'm actually gonna just make sure the formatting fits, right? So let's just make this a little bit bigger so it all matches up, right? Okay, now let's find our second example, okay, for B in this body paragraph. Let's find a second supporting detail. This is basically saying that people who have been exposed to the aerial spring might have developed some of the previous listed effects, furthermore proving that it has bad effects on humans and should be produced with a cleaner method, possibly more humane and environmentally friendly. So they only had one really good supporting detail. So what would we say? That this maybe isn't a little bit weak. It'd be stronger if it had more supporting details. So let's move along to the next body paragraph. Making a more environmentally friendly spray would mean that less of the bees population would be killed off. Bees are huge pollinators and have a giant role in nature. When these companies are paid to conduct the aerial spraying of insecticide, they have no clue the impact they are causing on local bee farms. One farmer was saying how hundreds of thousands of bees were found dead on the ground after the aerial spraying. The insecticide nail, aka the one they use to get rid of Zika, the Zika-infested mosquitoes, is extremely harmful to local bees. All in all, there is a much better and cleaner method to getting rid of Zika. Okay, so I think here he says that one farmer, this is a great detail, one farmer was saying hundreds of thousands of his bees were found dead. So let's copy that and let's put it into this next paragraph, right? That next section. One farmer said, so it's dangerous to bees. And there's proof, right? We've heard that a farmer said that. The insecticide nail used to kill mosquitoes is harmful to the local bees. Let's include this detail too. Look at this, is a great detail that bees are a huge pollinator. Now I think this student could have done a better job explaining, but that's okay. So let's plug that in, okay? All right, and my formatting gets a little wonky here as I copy and paste things in. So let's try to kind of fix that. Let's make them all the same size. Maybe they're 12. Let's try and see if that fixes things. Let's make them a little bit bigger. Yes, my format has gotten a little weird, but let's see if we can kind of fix it. Sometimes when you copy and paste stuff in, it gets a little wonky. So let's see if we can kind of fix it. Well, it looks a little funky, but you guys get the point, right? We can see that that we have the two supporting details for this section, and in this particular example there was no third reason, so we can just delete that, right? And this person, they didn't have a great second paragraph, right, because they only included one supporting detail, so that could have been stronger, but essentially we can see the outline of their paper. And just to make it look a little bit neater, I'm going to Control All and oops, let me go back and fix what I did. Let's go back up here to the top and fix what we did. But we can see, let's highlight all of this and let's make it all the same size. There we go. And I am not quite sure why this formatting is being a little funny, but let's make this A, and we can just sort of click and refix the formatting. We'll make this one A, and then we'll make this one B. There, and that is much better. So we have our thesis statement. We should not have aerial spraying of insecticide for Zika because it's harmful to people and dangerous to bees. And then we can see the layout of both body paragraphs. So I hope this was a helpful example of how to reverse map an essay and how organizing and coming up with supporting reasons help make the meat and potatoes of those body paragraphs. So this is Miss G, over and out. Have a great day, guys.